You've probably noticed this pattern. The more you try to prove you're worth her attention, the less she feels it. You text first, you show up fast, you accommodate, you offer your best self on a silver platter, yet something in her eyes stays cool, a little distant, like she's observing rather than immersing. It's not that she dislikes you, it's that the picture of you in her mind hasn't formed around power. She's filing you under available, not irreplaceable. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Value isn't what you have. It's how she experiences you. Attraction doesn't respond to effort, it responds to contrast. The one move I'm going to give you creates that contrast so sharply and cleanly that it flips the way she categorizes you. I call it the value spike. It isn't a line, a gift, or a trick. It's a decisive shift in how you move, delivered once with calm conviction, that forces her brain to redraw your silhouette from option to opportunity. If what you've heard so far is shifting how you see yourself, stay with me until the end, because we're just getting started and I'm going to put steel in your frame and heat in your presence. Attraction is a story the nervous system tells itself about where to invest energy. Her body pays attention to what interrupts its predictions. When your behavior is perfectly predictable, instant replies, endless availability, approval seeking, her system relaxes and your signal fades. When your behavior carries grounded uncertainty, clear standards, a steady pace, self-sourced direction, her system wakes up. The value spike is the clean interruption that wakes it up fast. It's the moment you stop orbiting her and let your gravity return to center. Done right, it's not coldness or games. It's warmth with a spine. It's the masculine invitation that says, I'm with you because I choose you, not because I need you, and I'll move forward with or without your permission. Most men never deliver this moment, so they never shift from nice to necessary. Today, you will. Here's the core principle you need to burn into your nervous system. She experiences your value through how you treat your time, your attention, and your boundaries in the presence of her beauty. That's the exam. Every woman knows a man can be disciplined alone. The test is who he becomes around her. If you melt, if you rush, if you break your own rules to keep her comfortable, you telegraph dependency. If you stay relaxed, if your pace stays yours, if your standards remain intact and kind, you telegraph sovereignty. The value spike is a single move that makes that sovereignty undeniable. Think of it like a clean cut in a gemstone, one precise angle that makes the whole thing catch light. So, what is the move? It's a four-part action delivered in one frame: pause, recenter, state, and lead. Pause means you stop the micro-chasing. No preemptive check-ins, no double texts, no back-to-back availability. Recenter means you shift your energy into purpose, work, training, craft, relationships with your people, so your attention has weight again. State means you communicate a simple boundary or preference in warm, relaxed language. Lead means you present a clear next step that aligns with your standard, then detach from the outcome. The power is in the combination. On her end, it lands as, he likes me, but he won't bend himself out of shape for me. He moves with his own weather. If I want to experience that world, I need to step into it. That's a value spike. Let's make this concrete. Imagine you've been texting for a week. She replies when she feels like it, often late. You've responded quickly, keeping the thread alive. Stop. Pause. You end the habit of immediate replies. Recenter. You put your phone away for your gym session, your deep work block, your dinner with friends. State. Later, when you do reply, you say, I'm not big on late-night maybes. Let's plan properly. I can do Thursday 7:30 at the wine bar on 5th. Lead. You offer the plan once, then go back to your life. No pressure. No, does that work? Loop. If she pushes you toward uncertainty, maybe I'll let you know. You smile and say, all good, hit me when you've got a real window. Then you go. That's the spike. It's not rude. It's not dramatic. It's clean. Her nervous system registers a man who isn't hungry for random crumbs. He builds whole meals. Or you had a great first date, and now she's gone softer in the chat. This is where most men overinvest. You won't. Pause. End the pursuit spiral. Recenter. Fill your calendar with meaningful movement, not filler. State. Send one voice note, low and warm. Enjoyed our conversation about travel. I'm slammed this week. If you're free Sunday afternoon, join me for a bookstore walk and espresso. Lead. Leave it there. If Sunday doesn't work, you don't scramble. No stress. We'll line it up when our schedules make sense. You remain the pace setter of your own life. That sensation of a man who desires her and refuses to be captured by her availability is intoxicating. Not because you're withholding, but because your attention carries a price. Alignment. Now let's go deeper into the psychology. Human attention is regulated by contrast and consequence. Contrast means your energy today cannot feel identical to yesterday regardless of her behavior. If her response is slow but yours stay fast, there's no contrast. She predicts you. The value spike introduces contrast. Your pace reflects reality without complaint. Consequence means your standards create outcomes. Not punishment, outcomes. When she is vague, the outcome is that she loses access to your immediacy and must engage with your structure if she wants your presence. That's not a game, that's leadership. It says, "My attention is a resource I steward. If you want to experience it, step into the lane where it flows." A lot of men confuse this with the silent treatment. The silent treatment is pouting, passive aggression, withholding love to punish. That's weak. The value spike is warm distance. You're not punishing, you're protecting pace. There's a difference between scarcity and dignity. Scarcity tries to look expensive. Dignity is expensive. Your energy becomes expensive the moment you decide that your time is a garden to be curated, not a field to be trampled. You never need to announce it with spiky words. You embody it in choices. You want to hear something counterintuitive? When you become the man who can say "not like that" with a smile, you give her something she can trust. You give her a shape to relax into. Body language matters here. Stillness is your ally. When you deliver the value spike in person, slow down. Let your shoulders hang heavy. Keep your feet rooted. Breathe lower. Hold eye contact with softness at the edges. Speak in shorter sentences. "I like seeing you. Let's do Thursday at 7. If not, we'll find another time." Then let silence do the work. Men who fear silence talk themselves into neediness. Men who own silence let desire grow inside space. If this is hitting something inside you, drop your thoughts below. I read every single one, and I want to know where you tend to break your own pace. What about the moment she tests you? She cancels last minute with a casual, "Sorry, crazy day." Most men either apologize for existing or lash out. You do neither. Your value spike sounds like this. "All good. Let's try for another day when it's locked." No lecture, no sarcasm. You remove urgency and preserve your standard. The lesson her nervous system receives is, if I want this man, I have to give him a real window. That adjustment might take a week. Let it. You are not running after her schedule. You are building a life she can step into. And when she senses the spike, you'll feel it. Her replies tighten. She asks, "What are you up to?" She sends a photo or a little joke. She pokes to see if the old version of you, fast, eager, frictionless, is still there. This is a beautiful moment. Don't punish her curiosity. Reward investment, not attention. If she leans in with something real, "I can do Thursday," you re-engage fully. If she just pings, you mirror the new pace. On a run, catch you later. Neutral, warm, moving. You are teaching her the rhythm your life moves at, and you're inviting her into it by example, not argument. Let's expand this into 3 contexts: early dating, post-intimacy, and on-off situations. Early dating. Your value spike appears as structure and restraint. You set plans, you protect your mornings, you keep first dates short and intentional. 90 minutes. You end them first with a smile and say, "I've got an early start." She feels your gravity because you won't drift. Post-intimacy. This is where many men either cling or vanish. The value spike here is tender authority. You slow the texting flood, you don't over-validate, and you anchor with clarity. "Last night was fun. I'm in deep work today. Let's touch base tomorrow evening." That line does more for attraction than a dozen heart emojis. On-off. If she keeps exiting and re-entering, the value spike becomes a gate. "I like you. I'm open to seeing where this goes. I'm not doing the loop. If we're in, we're intentional. If not, no hard feelings." Then you hold that door like a gentleman, and you don't chase to pull her through it. A word about social proof and the value spike. People imagine social proof as flexing photos or public status. That's empty. The social proof that amplifies your spike is healthy interdependence. Your calendar reveals communities, teammates, mentors, and people who rely on you. You invest where investment returns. You lead in small ways, organizing a weekend hike, hosting a dinner, mentoring a younger guy in your field. When she sees that your attention has a purpose beyond her, the value of being with you rises because she can feel the current. You're not a puddle, you're a river. If you know a brother who needs to hear this, someone who keeps watering dead plants, send this to him today. Don't keep it to yourself. Let's talk about language. Many men leak their power through sloppy words. The value spike requires clean language, short, specific, grounded. Replace, "Maybe we could hang sometime," with "Thursday 7:30, wine bar on 5th. Replace, "I just feel like you're not making me a priority," with "I don't do last minute. Let's set a time that sticks." Replace, "I'm totally fine with late nights if that's better for you," with "I'm up at 6. Evenings work if we plan." The subtext of every sentence is the same. I am choosing a life and inviting you into it. The more you state your reality without complaint, the more her desire grows to step into it. The value spike is only as strong as your center. If you cut pursuit, but then sit at home anxiously staring at your phone, your energy decays. The move isn't just behavioral, it's physiological. Train until your nervous system remembers what strength feels like. Work until your craft pulls you into flow. Build routines that pull rather than push. Wake up early, hydrate, breathe low, move heavy things, get sunlight. None of that is glamorous. All of that shows up in your eyes when you speak. A man cannot fake the texture that comes from honest effort. The spike lands when your body says, "I am fed by sources you cannot touch." Now the objection, isn't this manipulative? No. Manipulation hides intention and twists emotion to extract. Leadership reveals intention and sets structure to invite. You're not punishing or pretending. You are presenting yourself as a man with a pace, a purpose, and a kind boundary. Her freedom stays intact. In fact, you increase it, because you give her a clear way to succeed with you. She doesn't have to guess what you want. She can feel it. That clarity is a relief in a sea of men who oscillate between neediness and indifference. What if she says you're cold or distant? Breathe. Don't defend your worth. Mirror her feeling and restate your lane. I hear you. I'm focused this week. When we're together, I'm present. When we're apart, I'm on my path. If that doesn't work for you, it's okay. That's not a threat. It's a reality. The moment you stop trying to convince someone to like your life, you become the man whose life sells itself. And if she does walk away, your spike served you. It filtered for alignment. The right woman will feel magnetized by the serenity of your standards. Here are practical microscripts you can adapt. When plans drift, lock a time and I'm in. If not, we'll circle back. When texting drags, I'm not great on the phone. Let's meet properly. When you want to shorten a first date, I'm heading out at 9, but I'm enjoying this. When she brings drama, I don't do this tone. We can talk when we're calm. When you desire her more than your ego wants to admit, I like you. I want to see you. Thursday or Sunday work. Then silence. Let her move. Understand intermittent reward the healthy way. The point is not to randomly disappear. That breeds anxiety, not desire. The point is to create reliable structure with room for surprise. You are consistent in principles, variable in expression. You answer within your rhythms. You plan with clarity. You bring spontaneity within your container. Be ready at 7. Wear sneakers. That balance, certainty in who you are, novelty in what you do, creates the emotional texture women crave. The value spike calibrates this balance by ending the sloppy habit of over-availability. There's a second layer to the spike, the invitation gap. After you state your standard and lead with a plan, you leave air between you. That air is the gap. In that space, her curiosity and investment grow. She decides to step forward, not because you pulled, but because you opened. The human mind values what it chooses. When she chooses you inside your structure, the bond deepens. Your job is to resist collapsing that gap with more words. If you catch yourself typing explanations, cut it. Keep your invitations textured but lean. Let her come toward your warmth rather than chasing her shadow. Let's do a diagnostic. If I looked at your last 30 days with women you find attractive, where did your frame leak? Did you reschedule your training to be available every time she hinted at a plan? Did you over-explain a simple boundary with paragraphs of justification? Did you keep a one-sided conversation alive for days because you were afraid silence meant loss? Did you apologize when you meant no, or blow up when you meant, I need clarity? The value spike repairs all of that by forcing you to move in one direction. Solid, simple, chosen. Write this down. I will not chase what will not stand still long enough to be held. That line alone could save you years. Now, the rhythm of re-engagement. After the spike, she comes forward. How do you meet her? With presence, not performance. Presence means you notice her eyes, her breath, the speed of her words. You slow her world by slowing yours. When she sits down across from you, don't rush to impress. Build the moment, take in the scene, make a grounded observation. You look rested. You changed your hair. Ask short, specific questions and leave silence after her answers. Your stillness is the amplifier of her femininity. It allows her to feel herself around you, which is ultimately what she's chasing. Not you, but the version of herself she meets in your presence. The value spike gets her to the table. Your presence keeps her there. Here's a rehearsal you can run this week. Choose one woman you've been over-pursuing, someone you like, not a fantasy. Day 1-2. Pause your micro-initiations. Keep your phone out of reach during key blocks. Day 3. Send one clean, leading message with a real plan. Day 3-5. Do not fill the gap with reassurance. Train, build, focus. Day 5. If she reciprocates with a real plan, confirm and show up. If she doesn't, you send one more calm message later that week. I'm wrapped up this week. If you want to meet, set a time that sticks. Then you move on. No sarcasm, no pouting, just reality. This is the training ground. You are building a body that can hold its own signal. Another rehearsal for men in relationships. The value spike here is periodic and gentle. Once or twice a month, you reassert structure around your mission. I'm off-grid Saturday morning for a deep work block. Afternoon is ours. You hold that line. You initiate intentional dates rather than default hangs. You call out patterns without blame. Phones away after 9. You ask for what you want in bed without apology, and you accept no without sulking. You calibrate your emotional leadership by being the first to repair after arguments without collapsing your boundary. The spike, in this context, keeps the polarity alive by reminding both of you that your life has a spine. There will be moments where your old habits scream to take the wheel. You'll want to chase, to explain, to buy your way back into her warmth. Breathe. Men who move mountains feel urges and act on principles. Your new principle is simple. I will protect my pace. When you protect your pace, your eyes soften, not harden. You become kinder, not colder, because you're no longer negotiating with yourself. When you walk into a room, you enter through a door only you can open. That feeling is intoxicating to anyone with feminine polarity. She doesn't want a statue. She wants a current that doesn't change direction every time she splashes. When you do speak your boundary, speak it like a man giving a gift. I prefer plans that stick. I don't raise my voice. Let's pause. I'm not available last minute, but Thursday works. Every boundary is an invitation to intimacy because it defines the conditions under which your presence deepens. Boundaries without warmth are walls. Warmth without boundaries is quicksand. Your value spike is warmth with a frame, and it's rare enough that when a woman meets it, she feels a click in her chest that she can't fully explain. That click is the nervous system saying, safe edge, stay. Understand the difference between chasing and courting. Chasing is running after someone who isn't standing still. Courting is leading someone who's advancing with you. The former drains value, the latter compounds it. The spike is the moment you stop chasing and begin courting, or you leave. You do not live in the in-between where resentment festers. This decision alone will raise your baseline attractiveness more than any line or outfit ever could, because it organizes your life around yeses and nos, not maybes. I want to give you a final frame for your mind. Imagine your attention as a rare vintage you pour with intention. You never pour to prove how much you have. You pour to elevate the moment. If the glass is chipped, you don't scold the glass. You set it down and choose another. Your value spike is the hand that steadies the bottle and decides where it flows. You'll be tempted to test this, and then rush back to old habits when you feel the first wave of anxiety. Don't. Write it. On the other side of that wave is a deeper voice, one that says, "I am the man who sets the pace." That sentence is the edge between boys who plead and men who choose. If this has been building something inside you, stay with it in your daily life. Practice it this week with one clean moment where you protect your pace, state your standard, and lead with a simple plan. Then let the world reorganize around you. And if you felt called out, in a good way, drop your thoughts below. Tell me where you'll deliver your first value spike, and I'll read it. Share this with the brother who keeps turning himself inside out to be chosen. He doesn't need better lines. He needs a spine with a smile.